What's up, soccer friends? Welcome to Kickback Committee. We're glad you're here. I'm your host, Susannah Fuller. Looking forward to another fun episode because it is always a good time when Miss Jordan Angeli is in the house. Jordan, welcome back. So good to see you, my friend. I know this is a very big week for you. There's a lot going on. I just want to do a friend check-in. How are you feeling? What are the nerves like? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating well?
Thanks for having me back. I love being on here with you, Susannah. And I didn't even think about being nervous until right now. And now I'm kind of nervous.
Great. Yeah, real good friend.
No, I'm kind of nervous. There's just so much. I'm really excited. Well, I just can't believe I've already cried once. I went to a Sportswomen of Colorado event on Sunday, and they were talking about Denver, and people were coming up to me, and I just got emotional, as I do. Just the thought of this team is actually going to play games, and something I had dreamt about since I was a little girl, and here they are getting to live out that dream. So that's cool. I'm going to the game in Bay. My Santa Clara girls are hosting a fun little alumni get together on Friday night with the invite. Suze, you'd love this. They said that the invite was like, come help us celebrate Jordan Angeli, founder of Denver Summit, then watch us kick her butt on Saturday.
I mean, they got to keep it real, right?
It's so real.
At the end of the day, it is. Yeah. I mean, it's a game. Like,
yes.
You guys are there to win, but I kind of love that.
I know, I love it. So going there. And I was just going to say, my parents are coming to the game too. So it's going to be a family affair, and they're just so supportive. And I can't wait. I can't believe it's Saturday. It's just a couple days.
I know. I'm just so proud of you. I can't imagine what an achievement that is, and such a pinch me moment to basically have had this dream for so long and to be such an integral part of it becoming a reality, and bringing an NWSL team to your hometown of Denver is just like, when I think about just how massive that is of an accomplishment, I get goosebumps all over my body. I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you do all the things that you do, but you are such a superwoman in my eyes. And I'm so excited. I've been thinking about you all week, and just sort of the build up to this first game. So we'll talk
yes.
a little more about it later on in the show. Right now, got to do a little admin. Just want to remind everybody that Kickback Committee is a part of Kickback Soccer Media. You can find us on Blue Sky at Kickback Committee, and on Instagram at KickbackCMTE. And make sure you check out Soccer Wise, featuring Jordan Angeli as well. That's a show for avid fans of MLS, NWSL, and US Soccer. We've got First Touch Weekly. It's a one-of-a-kind World Cup 2026 dedicated show, blending smart, inclusive storytelling with topical deep dives and evergreen segments. And also, we are now on Sirius XM. Big time, guys. Make sure you search for us on that Sirius XM app, or catch us on select days on Sirius XM FC 157. All right. Like I said, very fun show today. Here's what's on the docket. Jordan and I are going to look back at another SheBelieves Cup title for the U.S. women's national team. They beat Columbia 1-0 in Harrison, New Jersey at the weekend. We're going to chat the NWSL season, because it all kicks off this weekend. As we mentioned, we're looking forward to some big storylines heading into this 2026 campaign. And on that note, as we talked about, two new teams making their NWSL debuts this weekend in Jordan's Denver and Boston. And it made us think about first ever, inaugural seasons for clubs that Jordan and I have been lucky to be a part of. So we're going to chat on some of our favorite moments and what we think it took to get off on the right foot when you're making your debut season. So that's going to be a fun conversation. And of course, last but not least, our reality show roundup, because I'm giving myself a little pat on the back. I got Jordan into Traitors, and I'm so excited to have somebody to chat about this with. So we're gonna hit on that and maybe some more fun stuff. All right, before we get into SheBelieves Cup, though, we've got some quick little one hitters. I of course have to give a shout out to my husband's team, One Knox, kicking off the season with a bang. They got a 3-2 win away at Westchester in their first match of the season. They of course are looking to defend their title, and Westchester's a team that they did not beat last year.
Oh, that's
Jordan.
awesome, then.
Did not. And ironically, they also finished dead last in the standings, but it was just one of those bogey teams for them. Like they could not find a way. And so for them to get a result on the road, Ian was not pleased that they allowed 2 goals, but one was a very questionable penalty and one came like right at the end of the game where they just kind of let up a little bit enough. So he was not pleased about that, but big shouts to Denis Kruchenkov, who he made his professional debut for One Knox and scored 2 sublime goals in this game in his pro debut and notched an assist. So it was quite I know. And it was a guy who, Ian, when they signed him, they were really excited. He was like, I just love the way he moves in the box. He's such a clever number 9. And just he basically is so good at using his body because it kind of reminds him a little bit. He's not quite as big as a Duncan McGuire from Orlando, but just like that kind of presence and mindset. And it was, what a debut.
Seriously.
Just out of the gate. So big shouts to Denis. We also have some fun little nuggets from around the world of soccer, Jordan. So I don't know if you saw this on the socials. In Germany, this was a riot. So there was a match between Munster and Hertha Berlin, and a possible penalty for Hertha Berlin was called, and the ref went to the screen to review it. But the local fans basically invaded the pitch and stole the VAR cable. So he couldn't watch the replay and make a case for it. So this is, look at this.
I love this. You can see the fan like climbing down to interfere, right? It's making me think, Suze, like, do we need to be worried about you at what? Do they have VAR at One Knox?
They don't, thank God. No VAR.
This could be you. This could be you.
Truly, I know. I mean, I kind of forgot how nervous I get watching Ian's matches, and when that penalty was called, I was like, that wasn't a pen, but there's no VAR. So,
oh my gosh,
I
love this so much. The commitment from the fan base,
right? It's so great, and like just taking it into their own hands. They're like, nope. But then I think the irony is that it actually like ended up not benefiting them because the guy couldn't see it, and he ended up awarding the penalty to Hertha Berlin. So the Munster fans were like, oops.
Yeah, I feel like
didn't quite
that's
work
probably
out.
the right call, right?
Yeah.
If you're so worried about it that you're going to interfere this badly. But I love that. I do too. Fandom.
I thought it was hysterical. I was just like, I'm actually surprised this is the first time that's happened. Yeah, like someone just going after the plug. Like, nope,
right.
I don't think so. I'm here for it. Shout out to the fans. All right, let's head to South America. This was wild. This was actually insane. So there was a match between Brazilian side Cruzeiro and Atlético Miniero. 23 red cards. Jordan.
It's
23. So here's a look at what happened. This is at the end of the game. The goalkeeper saved a shot, and then the midfielder, they collide. And then just chaos ensues.
Well, of course, I think the goalkeeper has a right to be upset, but then he goes straight WWE 2-knee pile driver on the guy's head. And then
wild.
Every single player is out there fighting. And, I love these kind of fights. It's so different than what we just saw at the Olympics and hockey, It's like, they're just like in it. When they're in a fight, they're in it. These ones are like, some of these guys are like throwing a punch and then running away. And I'm like, come on. Stay in it.
Stay in it, guys. This was it just got completely
wild.
Unhinged. At one point, I saw on Instagram, there's a video. I'm not sure if it was Hulk. I can't remember what player it was, but he comes running around some dude and like jumps and punches him in the back of the head like a flying punch. I was like, I have never seen this before.
A coach just put his hands on his head and then put him away. Like, what is going on
here? What is going on?
The coach is just
kicking. Oh my God.
This is wild. I think some of these things actually deserve more than one red card. Like this would be. I wonder how long they're going to get suspended.
I don't know. But if 23 red cards were handed out, that's basically like
you can't play your next
game.
I'm
like who do you have available? This graphic is amazing.
This is from Pop Mob.
It's from Pop Mob.
This is not the goal scores. This is a red card.
These are the red cards.
list of at least 12 or 11 on each side.
Dang.
Wow.
Did you ever get a red card, Jordan?
Oh, I did get a red card. I've gotten 2 red cards actually.
What? Okay. Deserved or not? First of all, be honest.
Well, I think the first one was deserved, but it honestly was not intentional.
Okay.
But I was a little hot. So it was against San Jose State. I was in college and I went up for there was some stuff that happened before. I went up for a header and fell in the box, and this player purposely stepped on my back.
Whoa.
And I was a little heated. Like, I was a little pissed. And a couple minutes later, this is when I was playing forward, and I don't know, 5-10 minutes later, I was trying to like swim around a girl, go across the back line and just like put my arm around her and swim and like push her away from the play. And I'm pretty tall. I'm 5'9". Mm-hmm. And my hand did not get her shoulder. It got her hair, and I pulled her hair. Oh. And I didn't it. Honestly, I didn't mean to, but it happened. And like my hand got caught in her hair, and she fell down. And the play didn't get called until the sideline. The AR was like, and so I got a red card for that, which was a bummer because we played Stanford the next day, and that was like our rival. So that was a bummer. But in NWSL, actually, this play is kind of lives in infamy because it is used for when they give a card to somebody. What's that called? Misidentification.
Yes.
So I had 1 yellow card, and then I got another one. So I got a red card.
Okay.
But it wasn't me that fouled. It was Tori Huster, and the ref gave me the yellow card. And there's an epic picture of Lori, Lindsay, and I looking at the ref, and we're both like, what are you talking? Like just a freeze frame of us like this.
Oh, I love that.
So, I got a red card in Portland in front of all those fans. They went wild.
I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure my brother got kicked out because he was yelling so hard.
Oh, man. Do you know what? I feel
so
like,
2 reds.
2 reds?
But one was...
I kind of love it, though.
Yeah, I got a little feisty.
Gives you a little edge. I believe that.
Not punching anyone, though.
No.
Or kicking. Karate kicking.
No, I mean, I'm a lover, not a fighter. But in basketball, I got a few technical fouls. But it was more like just like I was mad at myself. It wasn't directed at other people.
Right.
It was always just
just energy coming out of you and not controlled ways.
Exactly. Oh man. What can we say?
Yeah.
We're multidimensional gals.
Yeah, we are.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We live with it for the rest of our lives.
We do. Speaking of multidimensional gals, let's talk about the big story of the weekend, and that's the U.S. women. Once again, SheBelieves Cup champions. They beat Colombia 1-0 in that final. It's the 8th time that they've won this competition. They kind of own this thing at this point, Jordan. But just a beautiful goal from Alyssa Thompson in the 82nd minute to put this one over the line for the U.S. I think truly an overall just impressive performance over 3 matches in this tournament. They didn't allow a goal all tournament long. And I read some crazy stat that it's been 804 minutes since they have conceded a goal across all levels of competition. Yeah. So for you, now that you've had a few days to think about it, what did you learn about this U.S. women's national team over just these last 3 matches in the SheBelieves Cup?
Yeah. To add to your point there too, Suze, is I think that was 7 different backlines. So when they 804 minutes shut out, but also with 7 different backlines, I think that the depth is the biggest thing we learned is that the depth is really crucial for this group. And it's going to be hard for Emma to, I think now, start to figure out who works best with each other. So the depth is there and they can win games. But I think some of the games, I actually felt like there was a lack of ruthlessness that we've seen from this U.S. team in previous iterations where they got into really good spots. But I would like to see them not just win these games 1-0. Like it feels like if there is almost, if there's space in the game, right? If they're playing an opponent who is also going to attack them, they have the ability to defend that really well. And I think they can manage that. But then that opens up space in the other direction, right? A team isn't so compact. They're not sitting down so deep. And it actually gives the U.S. more ability to show off their skill set. And I think when teams like the Colombia team, who, yes, they high press, but at times they were really compact and like, you have to break down a lot of numbers behind the ball. It felt like there were times where it just was a little like you slow down to the pace of your opponent. And you could tell, especially in that last game when they made the subs and the subs came in and they were like, nope, we're zipping the ball around. We're dictating the tempo of this game, not the opponent. I think that was a really positive thing, that they can change a game on a dime to say, all right, now we go. But it's like, I feel like that ruthlessness. I want that ruthlessness. And I kind of expected us to get to She Believes at the end and see some really good performances. I thought Giselle Thompson's performance against Canada was excellent. To see Jaden Shaw come in and play that 9, I think she has some real promise at that position with the players around her. And I really think, Suze, after the next camp in April where they play Japan, not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Wow, yeah.
A Japanese team that beat them last year in She Believes Cup and is one of the best in the nation. Sorry, the world. I was going to say country, then I said nation.
We got there.
World.
We got there.
World. That's where we're going to learn the most about this team. I think we're going to figure out what goalkeeper is going to play, what goalkeeper are going to trust, because they will be challenged against Japan. I don't think they were truly challenged in this tournament. So although questions were answered, I think I still leave with a lot of questions about this group. And, but I don't.
Do you think Emma Hayes has the same questions? You know, where do you think she's at in the process of thinking about next summer and a World Cup roster and who her core is going to be? Is this very much still up in the air?
I think there are some positions that are, like Tierna Davidson's just getting healthy. As a healthy player playing a full year in NWSL this year, does she get back in the mix even a year from now, right? You still don't have Triple Espresso back. Mel Swanson, Sophia Wilson, those players come in and, you know, add a spark to that front line that I just don't think I'm not saying they didn't have here. And I don't want to be like too hyper critical on certain things, because I do think there was some good performances, but if those players are healthy and available, they're going to be on this roster. But I think there's still some unknowns, and Emma is trying to say, okay, if we don't have those players, who are the players that will step up? And I'm not quite sure like as an attacker, as a forward, I think this would have been a really good time to like punch your ticket and say, like, with or without Swanson and Smith, or Wilson, I'm the one. Like, you're going to choose me. I don't know if we found that.
Is it too easy to say, though, that because, there's no triple espresso, Kat Macario wasn't in this camp. Like, if they had been, is it safe to say, well, they probably would have scored more goals? Or is that not necessarily the case?
Yeah. Yes, probably. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think those are the questions we have in soccer all the time, right? Like, but it was a pretty young squad, and it is a pretty young squad. I think Sam Coffey is continuing to prove that she's a leader. I think Lily Johannes is showing us all that she has to be on the field.
I love her.
She's so good.
I love her. Yeah. I think watching her is just like
effortless.
Oh,
isn't it effortless?
It doesn't even look like she
tries.
It's beautiful. It's like sublime. And it's just, she's like 10 steps ahead of everybody. And I'm like, that is a complete footballer right there. Like she's a baller. She's a total baller.
I did like some of the flux of formations that Emma had. Like, she's starting a 4-4-2, but it really looked like a 3-4-3 and a diamond in the midfield. And I think when they did move the ball properly and the running off the ball was deliberate and intense and intentional, I would say, proceeded the ball movement, you really saw that this team can break down pretty much anybody. But it was those times where it got a little stagnant. Like, I think those are the things that she's going to pick up and say, why? Like, why? We can dictate the play. We can dictate the tempo. And so those are the things that I hope to see in this next camp. Like, I want to see the same patterns of play, just at that higher tempo.
Yeah. Do you think there was one player for you that almost like their stock was raised during this tournament?
Yeah. It's hard because some of these players their stock has continued to raise.
Yeah.
I over watching Giselle Thompson over the last year in NWSL and watching her play. I know she didn't play in that last game, but I think she's going to be one of those like Swiss Army knife players where she can play in the back, she can play in a 3-back, she can play outside back, maybe even as a winger, or are they playing a 4-4-2? She might be able to play as one of those outside players who tucks in. So I like Giselle Thompson and Lily Johannes. I think she just keeps adding to her stock. Yeah, there's a lot of players. Like I can even think of Claire Hutton. I think she is with another year under her belt. Like who's to say she's not starting on this team? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. The depth is there. Now, good luck, Emma, figuring out what the 11 is going to play together.
Yeah, still a lot to learn. Still a lot to learn about this group. Off the pitch, though, this was so cool. Did you see the cast of the 99ers movie at the match?
Well, I didn't. Did you know who they were right away? Because I didn't see the piece where they were talking about them. So then they just kept showing these people, and I was like,
so the only reason I knew is because the actress that's playing Julie Foudy in the 99, her name's Amelia Jones, I believe. She was just in Task on HBO, which I loved. And she has this like she's English, by the way, and like does this perfect Delco like South Philly accent. And I was like, she's English, what? But then I found out she was going to play Julie Foudy, and I saw her.
So you clocked her. Yeah.
So I clocked her. And then I realized, and then they started talking about it on the broadcast, but it just like,
so cool.
It just geeked me out so much, because I think that I'm sure you probably have the same sentiment as I do about the 99ers. I mean, it was pivotal for me. And honestly, my entire trajectory of my life and seeing women succeed and badass women compete and be superstars was so inspiring. Yep, that's Amelia Jones.
Oh, that's the girl.
She's so cute.
She is really cute.
She's darling. But I love that. I'm so excited to see this movie and like kind of revisit what that moment in 1999 was like, because I think for all women in sports, it was just seismic. But I have to think for you, like, how important was that team for you, Jordan, personally, in your soccer journey?
Crucial. I was, at the time I was 12, I actually just turned 13.
Yeah.
Right. During the World Cup. And
it's like the perfect time too, right?
Time.
It's so formative.
Yes. And at the time I wasn't really playing on my team, and I was really bummed about it. I felt like I was just like this little tiny player, and I just felt like I was always overlooked. And I remember we were at regionals, it was the first ever U13 regionals in Riverside, California. And unlike now, like you would huddle together in the lobby. We were watching one of the games in the lobby of our hotel. And I remember with everybody around me, it feeling like a still moment where I was watching this game and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. Like that. I want to be that. I want to play for the national team. And this dream was coming at the same time of like, I didn't even know if I was going to be on this team next year. And my team ended up winning regionals, which was so fun. And like a couple weeks later, my coach was going to cut me. And I was like, nope, you can't cut me. I'm going to play you don't have a left outside midfielder, and I will be a left outside midfielder. I think it just like sparked this flame within me that like nobody was going to decide what was going to happen to me except for me. And I ended up staying on the team, never leaving. I played left outside midfielder, probably became better with my left than I was with my right because of this. And it really drove me for a long time that I could try to emulate that and be that. And, really blessed to say that I got to be a professional soccer player and live out that dream. But yeah, if I wouldn't have seen them, I don't know if I would have quit. I don't know what would have happened, but they still are so inspirational. And it's cool to now, this part of my life, call some of them my friends and my teammates, and moments where I just are pinch me moments when I'm standing across from Christine Lilly in my first day at Boston, and people are calling her Lil, and I'm like, can I call you Lil? Like, is that is that something that I do now too? Like just surreal moments with these women who changed the game.
It's incredible. I love you sharing that because it's so, I got goosebumps all over my body when you're talking about it. And then obviously affecting your playing career, but your love of the game, and look what you're doing for it now. I mean, it's just this, it's a domino effect. Totally. that they basically created. They were the first ones to just kind of like push that down. And the fact that they're going to be honored and celebrated now for a whole new audience to experience and learn about, I think is so, so cool, because for us in our generation, like it was kind of everything.
I was thinking about that, is all these younger people are going to think of Julie Foudy as that actress that you're just talking about, not see Julie Foudy first. And how important that casting is, because these are going to be the people that they think of when they think of Mia Hamm and Christine Lilly and Julie Foudy and Carla Overbeck and Brandi Chastain. So I can't wait to watch it.
I don't know if they must be filming it now, but apparently they're training. Like it is like they are actually like playing. And
I heard from like 9 to 3 they're training.
Yeah,
like that sounds worse than preseason was.
So it's going to be very, very interesting to see. I have no idea when this will actually come out, but I'm assuming like probably next year sometime. Yeah, but
there we go.
I'm sorry. Oh, filming starts at the end of the month, according to producer Douglas. Thank you. Very, very cool. Loved seeing that at the game. Okay, let's get into it, Jordan. As we mentioned, NWSL is back. It returns this weekend. This is always an exciting time. And we talked a little bit about your emotions heading into Denver's first ever match in this league. But can you separate being sort of I don't want to say fan because it's your team, but like, is there a separation between being a team owner and also being a fan? And do you kind of approach the lead up to a first match differently?
Yeah, I have to separate it.
Yeah,
I really do. But it's so cool because for so long I haven't been able to be a fan in this way, right? We're kind of the same way working in MLS for so long. Like you can't be a fan how you are a fan with every other team, like I am with the Broncos or the Nuggets or whatever. So it's kind of cool to unlock this new fandom a little bit, but also I have to like really compartmentalize that and understand that actually like being invested in this team is actually an investment in the league. Yeah. And I really truly want this league to succeed. I've been a part of a failing league, and seeing this league be as far as it is, I think is also makes me just so proud. So it is a separation, but in a way, like rooting for Denver also makes me feel like I'm rooting for this league. And 100%. But it's wild. Actually, Goss and I recorded earlier for our show, our Soccer Wise show, and we had the schedule for this weekend. And I looked at all the games and I got a little stressed. I was like, there are a lot of games now.
A lot of games. I mean, there's more teams.
Yeah, there's like 16 teams, and that's 8 games.
I know, and then making the playoffs gets that much harder because there's more teams, and it's
And so I was like, whoa, that's a little overwhelming. 8 games a weekend. I know that's not that much in general, but when you're watching all of them, it's a lot. That's a lot of games.
That's a lot.
I just can't believe it. It feels like it's the time. You know, when you just like start, you probably felt this like with Knoxville too. Like you're just like start to get a little scratch. You're like, I need to itch that. I need my football.
100%. Yeah. Ian was so ready for preseason to be over. He's like, we just want to play. Like, we're just ready to play. And I'm like, I'm ready to watch games, real games.
I know.
So I totally feel you there. Yeah. And obviously Denver and Boston making their league debuts are huge storylines heading into this season. But for you, like, what are some of the big storylines overall, big picture, for the league as we embark on a new campaign?
I think a big storyline that kind of already we've talked about, but I think we'll continue to play into this season and beyond is this new hip rule and bringing in and keeping players. So to have Trinity Rodman still in the league is gigantic. There's massive trades. Claire Hutton is now at the Bay. Croy Bethune is now at Kansas City. So players really, and that's just like one trade. Players have shuffled all around. There's a lot more unknowns in expansion years than any other years. Plus, Suze, we have 5 new head coaches and 2 new teams. And those 2 teams also have new head coaches to the league. So it's 7 new head coaches out of 16 is absolutely bonkers. And there's a lot of big name players coming back from injury or pregnancy. Like, how will Sophia Wilson look this year with Portland? How will Mal Swanson look with Chicago? When will they start playing? All those questions that we have. But I think that since there has been so many changes, there's a lot of excitement, especially this first weekend, because so many things are unknown.
Yeah.
And you kind of just want to watch and be like, all right, like, let's start filling in these gaps a little bit.
I know, because I was thinking about Kansas City and how they ran away with it last year. You know, it was not even close. It was them and then, you know, a lot of parity in the middle of the pack, but but otherwise they were just so dominant. Obviously that didn't translate into playoff success. But now they've got a new head coach and Chris Armas, who I only associate with the men's game and Major League Soccer and Colorado Rapids and Red Bulls. And I mean, his experience overseas. And so this is such a new dynamic here because as far as I know, I don't believe he has coached the women's game. Has he?
He coached collegiately. He coached women before, I believe before he was at Red Bulls and coached there. So it was just a while ago. He has. I think that's a big question.
You know him. How do you think this is going to go in Kansas City?
You know, the thing I respect and love most about Chris is who he is as a person. And I really think that these players will latch on to that and really understand that he wants the best for them and he wants to get the best out of them. And I think that is really going to sit well with these players. It's kind of, I mean, I think in general, when you're thinking about how the Kansas City Current played last year and now bringing Chris Armas in, kind of was the same, like very direct in the way, okay, we're gonna move the ball, but we want to get forward as quickly as we can. We're gonna press, we're gonna counter press, we're gonna try to win the ball back early, high defensive posture. Well, that's kind of what Kansas City did a big portion of the year. The question I have is like, it's not really Chris Armas. It's really the team. Like, how long is Temwa Shawinga out? How long is Michelle Cooper out? No Claire Hutton hole in the middle of the field. Like, they have players that can fill that in, but there is no player that is like Claire Hutton. And how will that fill in? When is Vanessa DiBernardo back from pregnancy to fill in and help with that midfield? So I think on the field, there's a lot of question marks with how it's actually going to look for Kansas City. Whereas we didn't feel that. Like, if it would have been last year or a healthy team from last year with Chris, I would have been like, all right, well, I think this is going to work really well and it's going to translate. But without those players stretching the field, I think they might have the ball more. And does that work with Armas's style? I'm not sure.
Yeah. In your gut, do you feel like there is potential for a team to kind of do what Casey Current did last year and just, or is is it going to be a lot tighter? Do you think? I'm talking
I think it's
gut
going to be a lot
instinct.
tighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really hard to choose standings. It was hard to choose, like,
don't you hate that they make us do predictions? I'm like, really? Does anyone do well at this?
No. And that's what I said at the beginning. I was like, this is,
and you're like the most
you're stressing out about
person
it
on this league. And
you're stressing because you know people are going to be like bulletin material or like, how could you? And I'm like, you know what? This is all a guess. And I hope I want to be right, but I probably am not going to be right. So it was hard to pick, and it doesn't feel like, you know, I would have probably said Washington Spirit, but Aubrey Kingsbury just announced that she's pregnant. So now there's a change in goalkeeper, and that is huge for a team that was really, really solid, and they are still very deep. But I don't know if I don't know if it's going to be as the top of the table will have the gap that it did. I think it'll be tighter throughout.
I want to ask.
It's fun.
I want to ask about Portland because they only just.
They probably hate me in Portland, to be honest.
Announced their new head coach. They hired the former Tottenham manager, Robert Villaham. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But literally, this was last week. The season starts this.
They start Friday. They play on Friday.
How in the world? Like, what is even the approach? Because I can't imagine that he's had enough time to even start to implement, like, you know, an identity under him or a style of play or tactics. I mean, I just, how much does that almost like, I mean, we could be completely surprised on Friday. Maybe they come out flying, but I'm wondering what, as a player too, like, what is that like when you're like, man, okay, I guess we just go out and try our best. I mean, is that the mentality?
Suze, I think this is really interesting. And the reason I said they probably don't like me in Portland is because for their off-season grade, I gave them a D+.
Yeah.
But you didn't name a head coach until the week before season. Like, what am I supposed to do? And you sell Sam Coffey. You sell Sam Coffey, so that's not a great move. And you didn't use the money to get somebody else that could really impact this team. So there's a lot of question marks. How many of their players that were on SEI are available? This team could be very good. It really could. But the one thing I am hopeful for, even though they announced last week that he was their head coach, part of me is hopeful that they knew this before preseason started. And maybe it was a visa thing, and maybe it was just signing on the final line. And he was telling Sarah Loudon, who was the interim head coach for this Portland team, some of the things he wants to see from this squad. That is my hope, because what a waste of almost 2 months, if not. What a waste of preseason if you could not get this head coach with some good ideas from Tottenham to translate that to this Portland team who, you know, proved everybody wrong last year and made it to third place. So who knows where they're going to be at the end of the year. But right now
there's concern. But legitimate concern, you know, and I can only think that they somehow, like, they knew that this was their guy. They were willing to wait until whatever, you know, like you said, it could have been a visa issue. Like there are a lot of factors that could be at play. So I guess, you know, if you're a Portland Thorns fan, you just have to be cautiously optimistic that, you know, this will eventually work itself out. I just think it's such a challenge right at the start of the season to have a completely new person in charge who has new ideas. So I'm very intrigued to see how the start of the season goes for Portland, considering all.
Well, you can watch Friday night,
kids.
Against Washington Spirit.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be fun. I am very excited for this to get started. So for you, when you think about, you know, the off-season moves and what we've seen and just sort of, you know, where teams are at as we kick off this season, who has the biggest potential to surprise people? Maybe a team that wasn't so successful last year, but that has done enough that you think they could, you know, actually make the playoffs and potentially make a little push there.
Angel City.
Yeah.
I'm torn between Angel City and Chicago. I think both of those teams are going to be different than they were last year. I think Angel City they bring in Emily Sams. They brought in at the end of the year Hina Sagita, Neely Martin. They have some really solid veteran pieces at the core of their team. And I think there is so much expectation for Angel City being in LA, being you know, you're the Angel City. Like, this is the Stars. This should be flashy. And we have not seen that from them. We have not seen a cohesive group. We haven't seen really the right personnel for what a coach wants. And I feel like Alex Strauss might have that. So I'm excited to see what Angel City does. And I think Chicago could have the biggest jump. This is a team who, you know, over the last couple of years, just honestly bless Alyssa Nair in that goal, because she gave up so many goals. Not all of them her fault. A lot of them not her fault. And this team and with their new head coach, it seems that I know you talked to Brianna a couple weeks ago, and she seems to be very excited about what's going on in Chicago. And I am too. I think they could have the biggest jump. I don't know if that means playoffs, Suze. I really don't know.
Yeah. Temper expectations, but
I know they're going to look good because they're going to look good because their kits are sharp. Need one sharp now. Isn't it like old Prem to you?
Yes, 100%. I love I love vertical stripes so much. So as soon as I saw it, and especially that blue, I was like, oh,
it's nice. It's nice.
Yep. Need it.
So I would just keep your eye on those two teams because everybody's also going to watch expansion teams, and I think they can surprise you because you have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, exactly.
But I would say those are the other two teams I'm looking at as to I kind of like what you got going on here.
I agree.
We'll see if it translates.
I agree. Okay, before we move on, I also have to give a special shout out to Racing Louisville because they unveiled a new mascot last week. And I love mascots. I love them. I think they are so fun and silly. But they welcomed Float. Meet Float, and she floats like a butterfly, stings like a bee, just like the inspiration for her, Louisville's very own Muhammad Ali.
Suze, I think they have two. I think they have Float and Sting, right?
Is there Sting?
Oh,
that's
two.
That's the men's one.
Oh,
that's Louisville FC.
Oh, they announced them on Louisville together, so I get it now.
Yes, so that's.
Look at them. They're just so cute.
Aren't they adorable? I was like, oh, well, this is just the best thing ever.
Super smart, too. Like, I like the thoughts of it.
Very
the
clever.
thought behind it.
So my question for you
Does she have Rec Specs on? Sorry.
Rec Specs? She kind of does. I just
New favorite player.
I love everything about her because she just looks feisty, but also like super cute.
She'd get a red card for sure.
Definitely. Float's getting a straight red. That's not yellow card accumulation. That is a straight red right there. Is Denver going to get a mascot? Is this anything that has been discussed? Because I have to tell you.
Yeah. Do you have an idea?
Well, Rapid Man
I know.
was
the best.
Truly one of my favorite. It's so weird.
It's so awesome.
It's so weird, but I love it. Like it's just it's a little bit unhinged, but in the best way. They just leaned into the weirdness, and it's so great. And so I feel like Denver Summit needs.
I know.
You should.
I was talking with my niece and nephew about this the other day.
Smart.
And we were
Ask the kids.
Yeah, we were drawing what we thought it would be, and I thought a bald eagle would be very fitting.
Yeah.
And I tried to draw one, and my niece said, "That's a terrible bird."
Can we get AI to?
I love it. I just love it. The honesty.
Oh, completely.
Of how bad I am at drawing. It wasn't my strong suit, but I was thinking about that. Some kind of bird, either. I don't know. I think a bald eagle or like a golden eagle would be cool. But Summit, it has to be some kind of thing that lives on the mountains.
Totally.
I would love a mountain lion, but we got Rocky for the Denver Nuggets, and he's like the best mascot of all time.
Right. I mean, you could just go literal like Rapid Man and have it be a mountain.
A mountain. That's what I also said, like a tree, like the
or a mountain climber.
Yeah. Oh, a mountain climber.
Yeah.
Oh,
could be like a badass girl, like just like
with
all her gear.
Yeah, I like that. Okay,
I don't know.
Mountain climber.
You know how it's like Timber Joey is a real person?
Yes.
No, should I throw my hat?
She'd have to have like a lot of cat carabiners on her belt loops.
I'll be your mascot.
It is a fun thing to think about. I don't know.
Okay.
Clearly, I will not be drawing it.
We'll workshop it. I'll get some brains on this and we'll circle back.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know we keep talking about it, but it is a storyline for us this weekend. You're going to be at Denver Summit's first ever match against Bay FC. They're going to be playing against another recent expansion team. So Bay FC only launched a couple seasons ago. So this is very exciting. It's two newer teams. And I think what's really cool is that you and I have been a part of a lot of debuts over the years, be it NWSL or MLS. This is nuts. I counted. I was a part of 10 different team debuts in 7 seasons.
Goodness.
At MLS.
Whoa.
Starting in 2016. Isn't that wild?
I can think of 2 that really stood out to me.
Which one's for you?
I think you're going to talk about one of them. And LAFC. LAFC,
yeah. Definitely.
But those 2 are the ones that are like, I just live rent free in my brain. Like when I think of how to build a team, I'm thinking of those 2 teams.
So yeah, the team Jordan is referring to is Atlanta United. So they entered the league in 2017. That was their first season. And I was new. Like, so 2016 was my first season working at MLS. And at that point, we knew that they were coming, but there were a lot of events like leading up to it. So they had me down to do the jersey unveil and do a whole bunch of interviews when they finally started signing players. And I sat down with Carlos Bocanegra, and which was mind blowing to me at the time because I had his jersey. He's a legend. Literally, I was like, I have your
Is he from
jersey.
Chicago?
No, but I just loved him.
Me too. I loved him. Yeah.
Thought he was kind of cute too. Mind you, I was, what do you want from me? What?
Same.
What?
Guilty.
Okay. So I was just like, this is nuts. But everything felt really big with them. Like, they made everything an event. And then the fact that you've got an owner like Arthur Blank, and they're building this ridiculous stadium, Mercedes-Benz, right downtown Atlanta, that the football team and the soccer team are going to share. It just, like, everything felt big. And I think we were all surprised. And the moment that I knew that this was actually like a huge thing was their first ever game. It was at Bobby Dodd Stadium, which is I think it's Georgia Tech's stadium, but it's downtown Atlanta.
Yeah, it's right down. Yeah, it's like downtown. Right off the highway. Yeah,
and 55,000 people packed this place, and these are some of my own pictures. I was like blown away. The tifos, just the different supporter groups that were already in place. These dudes,
well, they already love you.
I mean, like, they were just like, we're so glad you're here, and it was such a party. And I think they ended up losing to the New York Red Bulls in that game. But Yamil Assad scored their first goal. I will never forget it. He scored the very first goal for Atlanta United. But just they nailed it. They nailed it, Jordan, like out of the gate. And I was thinking about, like, what is that formula? Like, where a team gets it right. And I'm sure you've thought a ton about I feel like establishing that identity out of the gate, especially for supporters, knowing who they are, how they're going to be represented on a broadcast at a match. When you have thought about Denver Summit, how mindful have you been about things like that and sort of getting it right?
Yeah, I've thought a lot about Atlanta. I thought they do it really well. I thought LAFC did it really well too. Like 2 years, I don't even know if you remember this, 2 years before LAFC even started, the coaching convention was in LA, and they had supporters banging the drums. Like, they weren't even drafting players. They just already had supporters. Like, that culture of saying, like, the supporters are really the heartbeat of what we're going to do, I thought was evident in Atlanta and in LA. And they also, both of those teams made splashy signings, right? They went big, and they had to do something big. You spoke about the Atlanta players. I think Carlos Vela, like, they bring in these players that in LA that are really massive. And you just gave me chills because this is 55,000 people. We're about to announce 50,000 people are coming to the home opener for Denver. Oh my gosh. I am like, why are we stopping? Like, why isn't it now? There's 18 days. I'm like, let's push. Let's sell out this freaking stadium. That's right across the street from me, really. And I think that what is so exciting when you're building an identity, it is something so new, and these fans can latch on and say, I was there from the beginning. Yep. And that's what fans really want to do. Like 100%. Everything else, you're grandfathered into it, right? Like you're from Chicago, you love Chicago sports because your parents love Chicago sports and your grandparents loved them. And, you know, that is a different special kind of fandom, but to be there from the beginning, to watch this grow, to be a part of it, to be a part of history, I think is a really big part of like that. You want to be included in that. And I feel that with this Denver team. And when you think about when I think about identity with them, like I want them to truly represent what this state is to me. Like, I hope our identity is like celebrating. We have a beautiful state. So I want us to celebrate the beauty of what this game can be and on the field and off the field. But I also want us to be humble. Like, I think it's a real, like, hardworking, humble state. I want us to have that. It's a little bit ruthless, right? We have all the elements. I hope we have that ruthlessness about us. So there's little pieces of this identity that I hope the team gets to show off our state and say, okay, this is actually what we're about, and we're going to show it to you here on the field, and our fans are going to show that in the stands. And you were just talking about the tifos in Atlanta. I didn't even think about tifos at our first game. Like, what are they going to do? I need to talk to the 14ers, the support group, and be like, I need to help out with those. I need to be a part of that.
Get in there. Well, that's what's so cool too, is that you said it, like people want to feel like they're a part of it. And I think especially in soccer culture in North America and, you know, around the world, like what is the club without the supporters, right? Yeah. Like that is the fabric of the product. And you can have good results on the pitch, and that is certainly important. And I would say like one of the key ingredients, you want to have something that's people want to watch on the pitch, right? But it is that feeling of ownership that supporters get, and they feel like when the team's doing well, they're a part of that. You know, they helped foster that winning mentality because of all the things that they're doing. And it was really cool. I went to, ahead of that match at Bobby Dodd, I went and watched them make the tifo in this big warehouse. And there was like 30 people, like, you know, some are painting and people are packing up cars and making sure things are getting rolled up right. And I'm like, this is a production, operation, man. Yeah. Like this is, and no one's getting paid for this.
Right.
This is their free time that they are choosing to dedicate. And it paid off in spades, because from the jump in Atlanta, we then, like, soccer was on the map. Like it became, and it surprised people that people were so invested, and they would fill out the bends almost every match. It was crazy. And so it was just I took a lot from that. And to your point about LAFC, just like getting everything right, the identity, the branding, you know, like LAFC's branding was so brilliant. It was cool. People wanted to be a part of it. And then it's so funny though, because when you think about, like, on the other side of Los Angeles, Angel City is a team that got so much right on the business side, but then on the field, it hasn't lived up, I think, to the expectation that was established. And so there is a formula there.
Yeah.
I think is very hard to crack and get right.
It is. And the other thing I learned on the field, as you mentioned, some of the players for Atlanta, like they had splash signings, but they also had veterans, Lorenowitz, like these people that,
my God,
really,
Mikey Parkhurst.
Parkhurst. Same with LAFC. Like you bring in people that actually understand how to win in this league alongside these splashes. And I think that's one of the things that Denver tried to do with bringing in Kaylee Kurtz and Megan Reed, Allie Brazier, like these veterans. And then you have the splash veteran in Lindsay Heaps. You have a splash signing in Ayo Ake, who is an outside back. Biggest ever transfer fee for an American player coming back to America. Paid $450,000 for her. And she's good. She's very good. We saw her with the national team in those January games. So you have to have splash signings, but you also have to have players who understand that, like, we have to hit the ground running. Yeah. So we need to set a standard early. And I think that's kind of what we've seen on and off the field for successful expansion teams in American soccer.
So like, in Denver, if I were to fly to Denver right now, would I know?
Are you going to come to the game? Goss is coming.
I cannot wait. Like number one, I love Denver. It's like one of my favorite cities in North America. But yes, I would love to come to a game. But
no, come to the first game.
The first game?
Yeah, March 28th. Come.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh my gosh, come. Douglas is coming.
Heck yeah. Do it, Suze. I think Ian has an away match that weekend too. So
seriously, you should come. It'll be so fun.
Listen, guess who's getting on kayak after this?
Not sponsored, but maybe sponsored.
But maybe sponsored. Thank you. Mama needs her miles. Is there an awareness like that the Denver, like when is there signage up around the city? Like, you know, cause I feel like that's something too, you know, like when it's in your face and it's present. I have been to, and I don't want to call out cities, but Charlotte, like there were certain cities where I was like, oh, there's nothing, you know, like I want to know that this is a thing.
There's billboards all over the city. There is a giant sign on the outside of Empower Field that faces the I-25, which is our main artery, like our main vein through the city. A couple weeks ago, I don't think they're still up, but Larimer Square, which is a really quaint little street downtown. That
I love Larimer Square.
Yeah, Larimer Square. And they had giant signage, like big posters, I would say probably 5 feet tall of each player that were hanging like in rows on Larimer Square. So there has been, that was like their block party for a month from kickoff, which like they're doing a block party for the month before kickoff. There is a lot of stuff around, and it's good for that awareness of just reminding the city like, hey, you want to be a part of this. I know tomorrow night, so that's going to be Wednesday, the 11th, is like a Summit and Denver Nuggets crossover. So I'm guessing some of the players are going to be there. I'm hoping we can get on their pregame show and like talk to their fans about coming to the game and being a part of it. But yeah, just those kind of things where there's awareness of that team within the sports market here of Denver is really important too.
Amazing. I'm so geeked for you. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to experience it for myself. But yeah, I've been thinking about you all week, girlfriend. So proud.
Big week.
All right. Before we go, we got to do a little reality show roundup because my girl Jordan watched the Traitors, which my mother got me into, which is hysterical. She's like, I really think you'd like this show. And I was like, okay, Mom. And then 2 episodes in, I was totally hooked. So you watched the full season, this last one of the US Traitors. Overall, what was your viewing experience like? Did you enjoy this? Was it fun for you? Was it stressful? How did you feel?
I loved it. I wasn't really stressed at all. I was just intrigued about, honestly, I'm just not, this is probably a good thing, but I'm just like not a good liar.
I'm terrible. That's what would stress me out. I'd be like, oh God.
Sitting in the breakfast, trying to get your salmon as quickly as possible. But like sitting in the breakfast and being like, oh no, that person's gone. I can't believe it. Like, how do you do that? And feel it, but also don't play a part is wild. And I think the producers really knew what they were doing when they chose Rob. Like,
how good was Rob? How good was he?
So good.
And I will tell you, like, first impression, I was like, oh, this guy's an idiot. He's a Love Island contestant. He's going to be dumb. He's like the pretty face. I gave him 0 credit. And then I was blown away by this man's ability to lie, manipulate people, but in like a very endearing way.
I know.
I was
they all
rooting
loved
for
him.
Yeah, everybody loved him. It was crazy. What was your reaction at the end when he revealed to Maura that he was actually a traitor?
Oh my gosh. I don't know how long she stood there just staring at him. Like, and it just kind of was heartbreaking because I think also everybody just wanted them to be together. Like, why don't you two just date? There's clearly chemistry here.
I know.
And then he just I think honestly they probably would have dated if he didn't lie to her. He just got
a girlfriend.
I know, but if he didn't, but in that moment, if he wouldn't have been lying to her that whole time, or if she would have known, and maybe they like, I don't know how that works at the end because you can't split the money. Like you have to tell her that you're lying. But if that weren't the case, I think they probably would have dated. But like, she's not going to date him now. He's a liar.
No. Can't trust him. Can't trust him at all. Oh my gosh. Well, she got a Birkin bag out of it. So, you know.
Is that what would you ask for? I would just say, give me the money. I don't want the bag.
Yeah, I think money, cash is always king, right? Like, yeah, I don't think there's any like one, like, I don't know. I'm not much of like a designer bag person.
Me neither. I'm not. So maybe, I mean, they clearly are. They've got all the designer things, those housewives and reality stars. But it wasn't, I would say, okay, give me the money.
Give me the money so I can like go on a trip or something.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. You can pay for my trip. It was good. It was good. Have you started watching Cloak and Crown?
No.
Okay. Seattle Reign.
The Seattle Reign one. So it was on my to-do list. I had literally put it like in
I have
my
not
calendar.
watched it either because I like to watch them. I think last year they did 4 episodes, so I just watched them right before the season started. So I'm gonna hopefully those will all be out and I can.
I mean, they were like ahead of the curve on this.
I know. Well, because Laura Harvey, English, you gotta. She knew about it.
I know, but I hope that. Because by all accounts, like it's a very entertaining watch. And I feel like there should be some sort of like crossover with soccer and the Traitors. I just feel like there's like
the next one is, aren't they having regular people? They're
mixing it. So the very first season they did some normies. And
you need to be on it. We need to get you on it.
I would be a disaster.
Me too. I'd be Tara Lipinski, which is fine. I'm fine with it.
I said the same thing. I was like, I feel her. What's going on. I feel her so hard. And she's just like, am I wrong all the time? Like, and
then she was right.
And then she ended up being right. Oh God. I feel like I'm such a trusting person as well. I am very gullible, very gullible. I would be so easy for those Traitors to just like manipulate. And I feel like I have a good bullshit detector, but like when you're establishing relationships like that, like I just feel like I could get duped very easily.
Yeah. But that's a good thing to have, like to be able to tell if people are trustworthy or not.
Yeah. We should have like an NWSL like coaches Traitors. That would be good. I'd like to see how that would go down. Whoa. That would be fun.
That would be
very
fun.
Telling. Very telling. We're just going to put these ideas out in the ether.
Yeah, like
last one. Do you watch Love is Blind at all?
I watched a few. I haven't watched in a couple seasons, which is funny because they just did Denver and now they did Columbus, right?
Yeah,
which are like
I know.
The two places cities.
That I know. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, the Columbus one was very interesting. I'll just say overall, the caliber, especially of the dudes, no.
Not good.
Not so good.
Well, I heard Denver was a little sus too.
I don't know what it is, but it's, I don't know if maybe it's the people that are applying to be on a dating reality show.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the common denominator here. But it was a wild season. This guy, Alex, was a complete D-bag and was basically completely outed as being a phony baloney. And it was kind of great because his fiance dumped him at the altar. And it was
oh
epic.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Who were the ones? 2 of them were just at the crew game, weren't they?
Sure. So I want to give a shout out to the Columbus crew for just
always
like leaning in.
Love crew
so hard because and these were 2. So this is Connor and Jess, and these were 2 of the likable characters this year.
She looks so cute. Yeah.
So this girl, she is an internal medicine doctor. Okay, she's like super successful. This big beautiful house. She got engaged to this little tiny short man syndrome, Chris, who told her that like physically she's just not, he likes to date girls who do Pilates every day. And she's like, I'm sorry.
I saw a clip
I'm sorry
of that.
I have a job saving lives.
I saw that clip and I was like, who says that?
I know.
Also, I know. Yeah, that was crazy.
I
didn't know that was her. She's so
like,
cute. I'm like, I want to link to that jacket too.
Okay, I know that jacket is fire. But I just
it's a crew jacket?
Look who's winning now. That's right, Jess. You go on with
seriously,
your bad self.
She's so cute. So that's not the guy that she was with.
No, so Connor was with a girl, Bree, who like I didn't love. And they broke up, but then I think they're still together. So his big thing, the reason he's holding this is hysterical. They go and see each other's homes, like where they actually live. And apparently they were filming this. It must have been like March or April, and he still had his Christmas tree up, and she like lost it. Yeah.
But also it's kind of fair. Wasn't it Cruzemas this last weekend? So
was it Cruzemas?
I think it was Cruzemas. So that also is a double
it worked out. It
really worked out that there just happened to be.
I just love it.
A tree there.
I'm all for the reality TV.
Also, that's a good lesson.
Crossover.
He needs to not have his tree up.
I mean, exactly. Like he definitely was living kind of like a frat boy. She wasn't wrong, but she was very, very hard on him. But I really liked these two,
ruthless people.
I know completely. I just appreciate the Columbus crew for being like, yep, we're gonna jump on this train.
Me too. Love the crew.
Take notes.
Good people.
Take notes, clubs. Oh, yep. Jordan, I love you. This is so fun. I love you too. As always, you are just the best. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Travels.
I might be like asking you how you handle stress during games, because
yeah, it's really hard. It's when you're that emotionally invested, I think, because I've gotten so used, especially in MLS, like you're just not, you don't have that pull. And you can cheer for players or whatever, but it's so different when it's so personal. And I think I just have to keep telling myself that it is just a game, and, just trying to keep perspective in and not getting too high or too low. I try to like just stay, and wine helps. Just a little.
Okay. All right.
A little
I like
something
that.
little something to take the edge off.
Yeah. I think on Saturday I just have to have, weirdly, I'm like so emotional about it. Like I cry about it all the time. So just tissues, I think, are going to be my friend. Maybe not wearing mascara on Saturday.
I think but also like feel all the feels.
Yeah.
Lean into it. This is a once in a lifetime moment for you and for everybody that's been helping you build this.
And that's not even the biggest of the games. Like we still got 50,000 people to play in front of here.
I think just be, you and I a few weeks ago like talked about just being present this year, for all the good things, and just this is one of those moments, like just be very present and appreciate it and share it with your family and let them love on you and let them be proud of you, soak it all in. I'm so happy for you. I'm cannot wait to watch. I'll be cheering my face off for the Denver Summit with my cool hat that you gave me. I already have the hat.
Yes.
I love that hat. I wear it hiking all the time.
It's so nice.
And people stop me and ask me what it is. And I'm like, my friend owns a team.
Let me show you.
I know. I'm spreading the word. Don't worry.
I love it. Thank you.
But thank you so much for coming on the committee. Thanks to you, everybody, for tuning in, listening, watching. Make sure you download and subscribe to all our podcasts, including Kickback Committee, First Touch Weekly, and Soccer-Wise. Follow us on the socials. Find us on Sirius XMFC 157. Tell your friends, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Have a great week, everyone.